Okay, hi Jay at Home peeps, it's Helen here. Today we have class series number 3 in the fitness series for the Pilates classes, the Jay at Home classes. And today what you're going to be working on is the lower body. So think glutes, hamstrings, core, lower core, activating those glutes, glute efficiency, and strength and hip mobility. So what you can feel and be looking forward to feeling after this class is greater hip mobility, greater strength in your glutes and your legs, increased energy, and just greater core strength. All right, so with that, we're going to go ahead and get started seated on the floor. So just have a seat down, and we're going to warm up just a bit by getting your abdominals, your core, and your spine activated and working. So you're going to just take that belly, pull that belly into the spine, take a little curl back, and then stack it up to sit tall. C curl on back, look down to that belly button, stack it up to sit tall, and curl back. Exhale, look down. And then as you're going through this motion, think about your spine, just rolling and unrolling, stacking and unstacking, and breathing. And maybe start to go a little bit further each time as you start to warm up your spine, starting to feel those abdominals engage. And then last one. And stack up to sit tall. Scoot yourself forward just a bit so that when you start to go to lay down on the mat, that you're going to have your whole back on the mat, including your head, so that your head's not hanging off your mat. You're nice and comfy. So with this, we're going to start to just kind of open up the hips a bit. So your left leg will stay firm to the mat, arms at your sides. It's a nice simple workout today that doesn't require any props or other things that you might need at home. So we're going to draw that knee into your belly and extend that right leg out. You'll still get a great workout here and a really deep sense of awareness in your hips, your glutes, and your core. So we're going to keep reaching out and in and just kind of warming up that hip flexor, turning on the glutes a bit. Last two. And one more. Extend that leg out and hold it out there. Lift that leg up with an inhale. Exhale, lower it back down. We're just going to stretch the hamstrings. And again, sending signals to the hips and the glutes. So reaching that leg up and down. Let's just start to connect with our breath. Inhales and exhales. Perfect. And just keep in mind, this particular class will be really more focused on your glutes and your lower body and how that connects to your core and your spine, and then weaving in those hips. So your next class will be much more about the abdominals, the abs, the back, and the entire core. Last one. And we're going to draw that leg all the way back in and set it down. We're going to do the whole thing on the other side. So your body weight will be more into your right side. You'll draw up that left leg and hold it a second. And then you're going to reach that leg out with an inhale and exhale back in. Just a few single leg stretches to get the body moving on that left side. Nice little movement to the hips here. Can feel a few pops in there maybe. That could just be you warming up. And if it's feeling any uncomfortable or pain at any time, if you have any issues in your low back, maybe you've come off an injury, whatnot, Pilates is perfect for you. But you also need to be mindful of any contraindications and just take note of the modifications I give you. So if it feels like it's too much in your low back, you're feeling any pain, you can always kick your leg up a little higher. So the higher that leg goes up, the less pressure that will be on your low back. So just keep that in mind if you need that modification. Keep breathing. Let's take 2 more. Last one. And then we're going to reach that leg up and exhale down. So we're focusing on the hamstring again. You can always articulate, which means kind of pointing and flexing through that ankle joint and increasing that stretch. Starting to feel that stability component in your pelvis. Nice and neutral here. We're not arching the back. If you feel you're arching, you might be going too low for what your body is ready for. So don't go there. Remember to keep the leg higher. So low back's kicking in. Last two. And last one. Perfect. Bring that leg back in. Let's do a couple movements to open our hips. Inhale. Lift the knees wide. And exhale, draw the knees back in. Inhale. Exhale. Trying to focus on opening up the hips, creating some space, clearing the thighs a bit. Keep that navel drawing the spine. Let's do two more. Last one. And right back in. So we're going to draw up that right leg with an inhale again. And all we're going to focus on here now is just taking that leg out to the side and back in. Out to the side and back in. Good. Out to the side and back in. And two more. Out to the side and back in. Last one. Out to the side and back in. We're going to draw that leg down. Rise up the left leg. Hold it. Rotate out to the left and back to the center line. So there's always this center line here. And one of our principles we work on in our Pilates method. So we've been focusing on those principles in every class and kind of building on them from class 1. And we'll put it all together in class 4. So we have 4 more. Good. And 3 more. Opening that hip again. 2 more. Building strength. Pulling the belly in. Make sure that the abdominals are in. Best that you can. Bring on back in. And set it down. Good. All right. So from here, we'll go into a little hip bridging. So the feet are going to be right aligned up with your sitting bones and your glutes. You're going to feel your spine on the mat. You want to definitely take note of how your back feels. Let's start with a few pelvic tilts. So a pelvic tilt is what you're thinking about when you're going into a pelvic tilt. Your pubic bone sits like a ball. It tilts up towards your belly. Not easy to do the pelvic. A nice massage for your low back. The base of your spine. For most cases. This is a good warm up. Probably a cactus curl. The cactus is that flat bony piece of your spine down by the bottom there. And we want to feel that flat bony piece just kind of tilting. So we'll take 2 more. Last one. Now we're prepared and ready to go into our hip bridging. So we come into our pelvic tilt, tighten the seat a little bit, and start to peel off that tailbone, bone by bone. And we want to articulate through the spine. And as we do so, again, we're turning on those abdominals, we're turning on those glutes, working through the spine, creating mobility in the spine. Work your backside. And gaining awareness. So finding that bridge, not necessary to go super duper high. You want to feel that nice long length here with those thighs are lengthening past your kneecaps. And then roll it back down. We'll do 2 more pelvic tilts. The belly. And peel it off. Articulate down, bone by bone. Until your last part hits by the tailbone. Last one, pelvic tilt. Curl it up, articulating the vertebrae, bone by bone, vertebra by vertebra. Good. So that hopefully felt good to you. If it did not, when we move on to the next segment, you may want to come back to this. So you can always have both feet on the floor and just keep that stable base. But we're going to go into a single leg bridge. If it's too much for you, go back to the both legs on the mat. So here we go with a breath. We're going to peel it off. We're going into our single leg bridge. It's going to really isolate that right glute a lot more. Exhale down and inhale, curl it up. Exhale down. Now, if you want more, you can extend that leg up to the ceiling and you can actually come up a little bit higher and getting that big bridge hip movement. And then let's do one more. We're going to inhale to curl up. You can scooch the shoulder blades a little, help you get up a little bit more. If that feels good, great, stay there. To add on to that, we're going to lower that leg and exhale up. Inhale, lower, exhale up. Inhale, lower, exhale up. Keep breathing. You should feel that right side a lot. Last two. Come back into your tabletop. Set that leg and foot back down and roll the hips down to the mat. Good. We're going to go on to the other side. So the body weight is positioned into the left side of your body now. And you're going to drop that right leg. So remember, abdominals engaged, navel to spine, pulling that belly in. See if you can feel the spine on the mat again. Take that little pelvic tilt again, and then peel off that spine. Glutes are engaged, and we're going to exhale down. So we're starting here in small. Just enough to engage the hamstring and the glute. If you want more, extend that right leg up and inhale up. Exhale down. Lifting up into your single leg bridge and down. Two more. Noticing which side might be stronger or weaker. Definitely a challenging side here. So curl it on up. And then we're going to inhale, lower the leg. Exhale, rise it up. If this is too much for you, stay in a static single leg bridge. Or you go back to the double leg bridge. Last three. And two. And one more. We're going to rise that leg to table, roll it down, and bring everything back down. Let's take a nice stretch. So we're just going to bring our arms out to a T and let our knees fall to the right. And then fall to the left. Let's keep breathing. Couple spinal tilts here. Last one. Good. All right. Now, great work here. So we are going to extend our legs out long. Take a nice big stretch here and just reach those fingertips long and fingertips and tippy toes long. Big stretch here for the spine. We're going to drop our right leg and then our left leg to tabletop. So now we have tabletop position with both feet simultaneous off the mat, which puts more pressure on the spine and the back. So be mindful of that. If you need a modification, it's too much, feel free to put your hands underneath your bottom. This is a nice modification here. Otherwise, you're here. Taking a breath, we're going to toe tap that right leg back to center. So little toe taps here. Inhale, tap. Exhale, back. No need to rush. You want to feel that sensation of this reaching out from the hip. So we're opening up that hip flexor again, and we're actually working those lower abdominals in a nice, gentle way, but very powerful. So keep tapping and breathing. Drawing that navel back so you really feel that working. Last two each side. And one more each way. Great. Holding the knees as they are. Let's rotate the knees to the right, back center. Let's rotate and sway the knees to the left, keeping the arms down, shoulders down, and feeling that nice twisting sensation into your side body, your obliques, your waistline. Again, great for the back, the core. So let's 2. One more each way. And then last and final one here. Great. All right. We're going to go ahead and bring that leg down and that leg down. We're going to go ahead and roll ourselves up to a seated position. If the roll up is too hard for you, feel free to absolutely put your hands behind your knees like that and help your body up. Okay, otherwise we'll roll up to a seated position and we'll reach forward and take a nice little stretch here. Good, we're gonna work to our side for a little bit. So I'm gonna turn to my right side and I'm gonna lay on my right side all the way down. So as you get there, get into position again. We're gonna work into the hips again and the glutes, okay? The side glutes mainly. So I want you to think of when you breathe that you're pushing your body, or your breath that is, into that side waistline and that lung. Create some space here from the shoulder to the neck. And with that, bring your leg slightly forward. And we're gonna take our leg and bring it to a tabletop position to the side. We're gonna just lift it and lower it. So a small movement to begin with. It's a little fire hydrant sensation, right? We're giving that lift into that side glute, breathing, working through the hip again. 5 and 4 and 3. That's it. 2. And you're gonna hold that leg right here and you're gonna pulse it up, down, and really get some fire going in that side glute. 3, 2. You're gonna kick that leg out, bend it back in. Kick that leg out, bend it back in. What I want you to think about is driving out through the heel now, like you're trying to shut a door. Keep those abdominals engaged here on the side. And last 3 and 2 and 1. Hold that leg here. Lift it up, lower it down. Lift it up, lower it down. Notice it's not a very huge movement. You're keeping within a range, right? You're still breathing. And you should be starting to feel some fire in that left side glute and hip. Last 3, 2, 1. Hold here. You're going to draw these little circles, call it tiny little circle. So tiny little circles with your toes pointed, great for the hip again, and firing that glute. 3, 2, and reverse. Circle, 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 circle. Last one, you're gonna tap, and you're gonna bring that heel back. And you're gonna tap, and you're gonna bring that heel back. You're gonna tap, and bring it back. So a little hot potato here. Now we can bring up that tempo a bit. Tap, heel, tap, heel. Make sure you're still lifting that lower waistline and breathing into that lung. 3, 2, and 1, and done. Good, let's stretch. So bring that leg in and give it a little stretch, holding the front of your ankle or your foot. Just try to breathe, relax, bringing that heel towards the rear, taking your breath. Good. And then extend that leg out. So we're gonna go ahead and turn to our belly for a bit before we go ahead and go to the other side. So we're gonna go stomach down in our prone position. And I want you to just kind of warm up the upper back a bit more and work on the posterior body. So taking a breath, putting your head in your hands, you're anchoring that pubic bone down, you're lifting that belly up. You're going to lift the arms with the head staying in the hands. You're going to inhale to lift, exhale to lower, inhale to lift, exhale to lower, inhale to lift, exhale to lower, and then one more. Good. You're going to extend those legs all the way out and arms all the way out. And you're breathing. You're holding this nice stretch here. Now as you anchor that pubic bone, lift that belly, extend that right leg, right arm. Sorry, right arm, left leg, that is. And left arm, right leg. Right arm, left leg. Big stretch here. Left arm, right leg. Keep going. The big X lift here. Great for that back, that core, that backside posterior chain, back extension. And last one. Perfect. All right. We are going to go ahead and come to all fours. Just a little bit here with all fours, and then we're going to go to the other side and finish our other side. So here we are in our all fours, extending left leg, right arm, right? You know it as bird dog, right? Opposite arm, opposite leg, holding, holding, holding. Good. We're going to pulse up that left leg and that right arm for 5. Engaging the glutes again. 4, 3, 2, hold it, stretch it, reach it, draw it all back in with control. So use control when you come back in, adding that control component. Extending right leg, left arm. Let's square off the hips and hold the belly in as best we can, breathing and holding, pulsing up and up, up. Nice and long in that neck, checking alignment in your posture, squaring those hips off. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Control it. Bring it on in. Good job. Let's go ahead and sit back into shell stretch for a moment. Releasing your spine for a sec. Taking a couple of big breaths here. One more. And as we roll back up, we're going to turn to our left side and lay flat on that left side and moving on to the other side of the body. And coming into position. So remember, you want to be flat as best on this one. And so you're going to be in a little bit of a banana shape here forward. And you're going to bend that knee. And you're going to start here with lifting that leg up and down. Up and down. So you're thinking about the abdominals again, the side, obliques, the glutes, the side butt cheek here, right? That's it. Up and down, 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 up, down, pulse it up, down, up, down, up, down, hold, and then kick that leg out and back, out and back. Good. All right, keep your breath going. Good pattern here. Out, in. Now drive the heel out. Now think about that little door, and you're going to extend that leg out like there's resistance here, and squeeze out from the glute. Tighten it up through the core. 4, and 3, and 2, and good. Hold the leg up. Hold it up. Tiny circles around, 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 and reverse. Circle, 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 circle. 3, 2, 1. We got hot potato. Rotate the toe down. Externally rotate heel, tap back, and we tap, and we tap. Noticing which hip might be a little tighter today. Focus on that rotation at the hip more than what your leg or your foot is doing. Tap, 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 and 4, 3, 2, and rest. Let's take that stretch, right? Grabbing the front of your ankle or the front of your foot. Hold. And feel that heel drawing towards your bottom, and breathe. And one more breath. Perfect. We're going to lay on our back again. So just turn over and lay on your back. And from here, we're going to do a few roll-ups. So we kind of did one earlier on, but now you're all nice and warmed up. So hopefully your roll-up will feel good to you at this point. If you need modifications, you can always bend your knees and bring your hands behind your thighs to help you. If you have soup cans at home or light hand weights, you can hold those in your hands, and now those will actually help you roll up. They will give you some added assistance to help you get up off the floor. Now, here we go. We're starting with our arms nice and long. Remember your modifications as needed. Take an inhale to prepare, exhale. Nudge your nose to chin, chin to chest. Scoop those abdominals, point your toes, curl over, take your little C curl. Now think of somebody kind of punching you through the belly, and you're lifting the rib cage and lengthening, and then roll down, bone by bone. Slow is good here. Using your breath, tightening the seat a little, maybe squeezing those inner thighs. And let's do one more roll up. Using those abdominals, we're here and we're forward and we're stretching and we're stretching and we're reaching, reaching, reaching. And then we're gonna roll it back up to sit tall and release our arms down. So we're gonna transition to a standing sequence and then get ready to kind of wind it down a little bit for you. So we're going to do a balancing sequence here. We're gonna start with our body weight in our left leg, bring that right toe up, and then draw up that right leg. So right here, you might feel totally fine. Your balance might be great today. If it's not, feel free to step off the mat to a floor. It will be easier for you to balance. You're gonna breathe here and hold. I'm gonna keep my hands on my hips and press that leg out. Exhale in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend. Again, like that positioning we were doing, or that sequence we did on the side, you lose your balance, no worries. Just find that spot again you're looking at and reset. So we're slamming that little door shut, right? Driving that heel out. 3, 2, last one. Hold it here and pulse it up, down as I lose my balance. I'm gonna come back and refine that balance. I'm gonna put my hands in front of me now for better balance. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set that leg down. Let's try that on the other side. Body weight is into your right side. Step off to the floor if you need, and go ahead and draw up that left leg. Hold it and breathe. Body weight is firm into that right side. Big toe is pressing into the mat. Strong on that core. Getting ready to drive that leg out and in. Little door slammer here. And you're breathing. 4 and 3. And you should actually feel that hip working too, getting a nice stretch out of that hip, like someone's pulling your leg out. Let's do 2 more. Reach and hold. Hands coming in front now. I get better balance here on this one. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and done. Good. Bring your legs out to a 45-degree angle. We also call that a Pilates V stance, or a second position, if you know that. This is great for the hips too. It opens you up as well as your legs and your glutes, which this class is all about lower body, glutes, hip mobility, and strength. So we're coming down into a plie, exhale up, down into a plie, exhale up, down into a plie, exhale up. And as you rise up, I want you to think about tightening the seat a little and slightly pelvic tilting. But pelvic tilting like we were practicing earlier in our bridge, right? Down and up. Do whatever you like with your arms. They can come out and in. They can stay on your hips. Whatever makes you feel more balanced. And 3 more. You should also feel things going on in your ankles. So this is great for your ankle mobility too, which is always a good thing. Last one. Hold in your plie and pulse up an inch, down an inch. 3 and 2 and 1. I love plie squats. Hold here, lift that heel, lift that other heel, lift that right heel, lift that left heel, lift that right heel, lift that left heel. Let's turn it on. Heels up, pulse, up an inch, down an inch, up an inch, down an inch. The mat's harder. And drop those heels and rise up. Good. We're going to come to the floor. So we're going to stand sideways on the floor or just in front of your mat because we need to be able to have a surface that we can slide our foot on a little bit. So we're going to step our right leg back into a split stance or a lunge. And we're going to just focus by starting with just hinging forward and back. So we're going to hip hinge and rise up. Hip hinge and rise up. Hip hinge, you can reach your arms. Hip hinge, you should already feel that left leg and glute. Abs and core. Last one. Hip hinge, hold. My favorite thing to do on the reformer is called scooter. You can add running arms to it. So you're scooting that right leg back and forth. Keep in mind, anytime you also do a mat Pilates class, majority of all of these exercises and sequences we do are transferable to all the equipment we have in the studio. So they all talk to each other, which is pretty amazing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Rise up. Get tall in the spine, hands on the hips again, and we'll take a few lunges down and up. We go down, we go up. Remember, glute core strength here on this class. Hips, glutes, and 3. Maybe your heart rate might be up a little. That is good. 2. Last one. Finish it off with a little pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2. Rise up, shake that off a little bit. Good. Turn to the other side. Get ready to go. Nice tall stance here. This time your left leg will come back behind you. You're in your split stance. You're going to start that hip hinge forward. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You can add the arms if and when you're ready. You can reach. Hip hinge, we're getting those hips to work. We're lengthening that hip flexor in the front of your left thigh. Last 2. And reach, coming into that pitch forward, abs tight, going into scooter, press, running arms. Hands can also be on the hips if that's too much for you. This adds a nice component to it. It's going to get your heart rate up a little more. I feel more coordinated. Breathing, sending that leg out. Every time you send it out, tighten the glute and the seat. And breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Hold here. Come on up and rise up the torso. Lift it up. Right? So we're here into that lunge again, down and up, down and up, down and up. Down and up. Make sure that knee stays right over the toes, behind the toes, in line with the ankle, so that this is working, right? And all in here. 3. Even while you're doing a basic lunge, you are working to lengthen and strengthen that hip flexor at the same time. So we're here and we're going to pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on up. Shake that off. Good. Let's finish it up. So we're going to stand on our mat again. And we're going to take a couple roll downs here. So nice tall spine. We're going to rolling down, nodding nose to chin, chin to chest, and peel the spine down. And that should feel pretty amazing. About now. Your hamstrings should be all lit up in your glutes, so you should feel a nice stretch. You should also feel good in your hips. Rolling up, bone by bone, vertebra by vertebra. And we'll do that one more time. Rolling down, bone by bone. Vertebra by vertebra, hold. And then roll it up, up, up. And off you go. And that concludes your class 3 in the Pilates at Home J series. Class 3 in the Pilates series, hamstrings, glutes, hip mobility, and strength. I'll see you in class 4. Have a great day.